Yeah, hell yeah. Let's hit that shit. Yo, what's up, guys? It's the real JTW. I got my co-host Big Ant, and we're here with a special guest. You want to introduce yourself and where you from, bro?
What's up, y'all? Freakshow from Biofreak Records, SoCal. What's up?
How you doing, man? So, first question, bro. What got you into music?
Man, I've been doing music since I was young. I got my first guitar at 13, and I've been in all the different school bands throughout junior high and high school.
Yeah.
Different bands I put together with homies all throughout uh, my teenage years and being a young adult. Uh, Done all sorts of stuff. And then I started doing hip hop about 5 years ago, 6 years ago,
Okay. Uh,
and
what's
went so
your
as Freak Show about 3 years ago. So now we are where we're at.
Yeah. So I know you got like a group you're in, Demented, and then you also have a label, right? Tell us a little bit about that, bro.
Yeah. So it started out. Biofreak was originally just a production company putting on shows,
Uh,
mainly just metal and punk. But then I started doing hip hop. I put together a group called Demented with my boys Blinky and Jay Bentley. And we started doing some shit. And then we started getting more artists wanting to be involved with us and what we're doing. So we
uh,
started a full label, and that was a couple of years ago. Now we got a couple dozen people involved with us, and getting working with artists like Big Ant from all across the country,
what's
and
up?
yeah, just fucking hustling.
Yeah, I was listening to some of your music, man. It's fucking, you definitely bring out a lot of hype. You bring a lot of, you're really good on your flow patterns. You're good at like the transitioning, switching your flows. I mean, there's a lot that goes into it that you're doing. Kind of going into your recording process. What's that like? Do you record at home or do you go to a studio? What's it like?
So we have our own in-home studio that the majority of Biofreak Records artists record with me. I'm the lead engineer on the team,
Mm,
and so um, normally what I do is I'll find a beat I like, we'll lay it down into our DAW, splice it up how we want it. We love to go in, splice up beats, manipulate it to what we want, and then
right.
we just write and record. We kind of have an interesting way of doing things. We just went live the other day. Me, Jay Bentley, and Blinky.
Yeah.
We found a beat, wrote and recorded an entire song in an hour.
Damn, bro. So do you do a lot of rehearsal like before you record, or do you kind of just know the beat off the bat? Like, what's your process with that as far as kind of like where you're at now to where you were before, bro?
Normally, what we do is I'll write it out while I'm listening to the beat,
Yeah,
and then once I have it fully written, then I'll run through it a couple of times just by myself, and I'll adjust everything and make my changes
right.
to make sure it flows correctly, and I'll rewrite some parts if I need to. And once I can go through the whole thing, boom,
Yeah,
boom, boom, then it's time to lay it down.
that's what's
Yeah.
up, bro. Well, Big Ann, you up next, bro? What a question.
Yeah, so with Biofreak, I know it's your own label. Have you ever been signed to another label previously, or have you always done your own thing?
I've always just been doing my own thing. I I started Biofreak Records at the beginning of my career, and Biofreak has grown along with me with my solo career and my group. And so I've never been on another label, not even with past projects or any of the bands I was in. We've had talks, and other like labels have wanted to sign my metal band before, and previous bands I was in, but we never went through with anything. And So Biofreak 100% all the way. That's where I came from the bottom and created it myself.
Yeah, I like that, man. Me and JTW, we talk about, you know, like having your own label versus like joining a label and stuff. He has his own label, you know, and I work with a lot of labels, and you know, I joined the Shut Up and Enjoy the Music Collective, and I work with Bio Gang and you know, all you guys. So what's your input on like having your own label versus signing a label, stuff like that? Pros and cons.
I've talked to a lot of people, and other labels have approached me, and before Biofreak was really popping, and when I was mainly just focusing on my own career. And I've turned down every opportunity that has come forth, but um, I created Biofreak originally to be a stepping stone to get artists to a point where they can be recognized by a larger label. And there's been a lot of people who have asked me if I'm signed to LSP because I do a lot of shows with them. I book all of their SoCal tour dates. I do a lot of features with a lot of the artists. I do Gore Fest every year and Black Christmas. I'm not a part of LSP, but if they asked me to sign, that would be probably the only label that I would probably sign to. But I would still continue to run Biofreak while signed to LSP if that ever came about.
I like that. Kind of going on to the next question. So with your music, you know, I know you do a lot of versatile styles. What's kind of like the hardest thing being a versatile artist? Because I know you're not just hip hop. Like, you know, you kind of go back into your catalog and so forth. You've done a little bit like the punk rap, the you know, kind of a little bit of the rock. You got your beat selections are definitely not just hip hop. I noticed that. So I mean, what's the hardest part with that? Kind of like, is it hard or?
Um, Well, part of it goes into not wanting to be put into a box. I originally, I when I started out my solo career, I did face paint, and I did a lot more Juggalo stuff and putting
Yeah,
out Juggalo music. And I kind of moved away from that, not because I have any less love for the Juggalo family,
yeah,
but I just didn't want. I don't want to be known as a single thing. I want to be known as a fucking monster on the mic across the board. Um,
yeah,
so like I'll do songs that are straight fucking nasty horrorcore, and then I'll do songs where I put auto tune on my voice and
yeah.
talk deep stuff and slower stuff. I
Right.
just I like to I don't like to be put in a box.
Yeah, I like that because like, you know, settling for one thing, you know, like when you're like kind of have like so many inspirations, I'm guessing. If you want to kind of dive into some of your inspirations, you know, being a musician, who was your biggest inspirations as far as you know, your upbringing and so forth?
Well, originally in like my guitar work, I do a lot of the guitar work on my own stuff, and people have asked me to do guitar work on a bunch of their stuff. I just did a song on Chuckle's new album, dropped on LSP, with Class and Hex Rated.
Uh,
Uh, and I've done stuff for other people on my label and just other people in the underground as well.
uh,
And my guitar work is definitely inspired by like Slipknot, Korn, Disturbed, System.
okay.
And then I also get some inspiration going to like heavier stuff like Whitechapel, Chelsea Grin, uh,
Okay.
Acacia Strain. But then when it comes to my vocals, I have so many different ways I go about it that
Right.
like my harsher singing like rock metal inspired vocals. That's Corey Taylor, David Dryman, Serge Tankian, Jonathan Davis,
Okay.
and I'm a big fan of Jamie Madrox from
Okay.
Did,
Dope.
and a big inspiration for me for not just my vocal style, but my style as a musician, not being wanting to be put in a box, is like
Yeah.
Cryptic Wisdom, Joker.
Okay. So you definitely got like, I like that you don't just represent yourself as just a juggalo or just one thing, man. That's bigger than the music. You know what I mean, bro? Because being an artist, people don't understand, that you have so many sides to you. So just kind of diving into those inspirations, that's amazing. Big Ant, you got a question, bro?
So you mind diving into a little bit of like your metal band? I know you have a band called The Asylums. You still
Yes,
doing that?
yeah. So Asylums, that the Asylums started out from all the different bands I've been in and all the different musicians that I've been involved with over the years. It all came about to a band called Clarity Through Suffering that I put together. And then that died, but we had written a couple of songs. We never performed or anything. But then I met some people online on just a local musicians group for LA County. And they were just looking for a guitarist. We all got together. We all clicked except for one person.
Yeah.
And so we continued on, and I took the lead and I took the reins on the project. And then slowly everybody ended up moving, either moving away or not being able to continue or not be able to commit to it as we started getting more serious about we're practicing every week, we're writing songs. So slowly we went through members. I found the solid members, and then we became Asylums. Started playing shows in and out of different members. We've played with Attila as Blood Runs Black, Escape the Fate. We've played with Winds of Plague. We played with a multitude of different bands, including members of Slipknot. And
Yeah.
we became like one of the more well-known bands in the SoCal area.
That's
And then
dope. Yeah.
but what a lot of people don't know is Asylums is a concept band. So our first EP that is released is about going through trauma, being stabbed in the back, and then taking revenge on that person and
All right.
trying to move past it. And then our next album, we have a 14 track full length album that we're in the process of recording. That is all about how what you go through affects your mental,
All
and
right.
every song is about a different mental illness that you've developed: addiction, relapse, recovery, anxiety, depression, suicide attempts,
Yeah.
all. And so it's a story, but we are also we started out as a masked band, so we all wore the Hannibal Lecter style masks when we performed. And so we definitely got some attention, but we'll be coming back very soon. We got an album in the works, and we'll be playing shows again, hopefully within the next couple of months.
All right. So you're kind of bringing up mental health and story. Did a lot of like with you and your just like the people around you, your group and everything, did you guys all kind of battle a little bit of the same things? Like you guys have a lot of similarities, such as you brought up addiction, depression, and anxiety and stuff. If you want to kind of elaborate, was that something that you battled when you were kind of going through the music or before or just through your whole life? If you want to dive in a little bit.
Mental illness has always been a big struggle of mine, going
Uh,
with addiction and all that. I ended up getting about a year and a half ago. I went into a mental health facility, and I was able to get clean and sober. And so I've been clean and sober since. And a lot of the artists on the label and just a lot of people in our circle, everybody struggles with it. I'm sure you
Right.
guys have dealt with at least anxiety or
Yeah.
something. So we're very big advocates of helping out with your mental health. Mental health is very important.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't know how bad somebody's going through something until you can't help them anymore.
Yeah. It's good that you put that like not only in music, bro, because I do that. Big Ant does that. We definitely relate to you on that sense, bro, because it's so important, man. Like all these, they got all these society things of like they label shit like fucking, you got Black Lives Matter, White Lives Matter, but none of that shit really matters at the end of the day. When it comes down to that's why I try to like tell people like it all is mental health matters. If we all just stayed on that, like I think we'd all understand a little bit of kind of like the whole of it all. There's not like one side, to this shit. So that's good that you elaborated on that, bro, and you stand behind that. And we both respect you for that, man. Big Ant, you got a question, bro?
Yeah, it's kind of a double question. So I know with your new album, Go Eat 'Em, man, I've been listening to it from front to back, bro. It's a great album. I can tell you put a lot of time into it. Your features were really calculated. So the questions I have is the one of my favorite songs on the album is Sick Shit Saved Me with Insane Poetry. So
Yeah.
one of the questions is putting him on a metal slash rap instrumental. How did all that, go about? And then do you feel like music saved you?
So 100% music saved me. Every time I've had my mental health struggles, it was always instead of going off to do something stupid,
Yeah,
I would include myself and blast music as loud as my stereo would go.
Yeah.
Uh, I threw myself into my writing. Writing music is how I express myself,
right.
and that's how so many people do. And everybody has their own thing. Like, oh, I'm a horrorcore artist. Oh, I'm hip hop. Juggalos do wicked shit. LSP, they're gore hop. I call my stuff the sick shit.
Yeah,
Yo.
that's what's
That's
up,
what
man.
saved me. My music, me doing music, and me being involved with everybody and the connections I've made through music, the friends, the family I've gained, that's what saved me.
All right.
And with your
Now,
diet, yeah, go ahead.
now with Insane Poetry being on that track, that's you're the first person who has asked me at Gorefest last year after I got off stage. Insane Poetry has always been a big supporter of mine. Ever since I first met him, he kind of took me under his wing, and every time I saw him, he was just like an uncle, like
Yeah.
showing me love and being like, "Yo, you're dope. Keep it up," and giving me the hard truths when I needed it. And when I got off stage at the Roxy in Denver last September, he told me, he's like, "Bro, you're nasty, but what I want to see from you, what I want to see more from you is you embracing like those metal beats
Mm-hmm.
and going nasty, put your fucking metal style into shit and like do stuff like that." So I was like, okay. So then a buddy of mine, Making Melodies, Daniel Schumann, that's my dog, one of the greatest guitarists I've ever met. He hit me up and he's like, "Hey, I made a beat and I think it's like up your alley. Do you want to check it out?" I was like, "Fuck yeah." Shot it to me, and that's the beat for Sick Shit Saved Me. And so I was like, you know what? thinking about what Insane Poetry said to me, that he wants me to do more stuff like that. So I created that song. And if you listen to the very first verse, I'm saying sick shit isn't just what I do. This is horrorcore, gore hop, snuff shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so then I hit him up and I was like, "Hey, bro, can I shoot you a track for you to check out real quick?" And he was like,
Yeah.
I sent it to him with an open verse, and he was like, "Yo, this is what I wanted to hear from you." And then I was like, "Well, since you already got it, how much for a feature?" And so he shot me a verse and gave me a fucking smoking deal. And that's actually the only feature I did pay for the album. But I was fucking blessed enough to get Insane Poetry, the fucking triple OG of LSP, on one of my tracks. So
Yeah, it paid off, man. It was a great fucking song.
thank you. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, that's the greatest thing about music, man, is like when we get like even like a collaboration, we're networking with an artist, these things play such a factor. I mean, like it really takes us to the next level. Not always because of the name, but like it's like a thing off your bucket list. And I know you probably got a bucket list yourself, huh? Like what's one thing I did want to ask, we always ask this, kind of like what's your end goal as far as your legacy? I know you want to leave a legacy, but like if you had to have an end goal, let's say it was cut tomorrow, what I mean, what, you know what I mean, or just like in a month, what would it be? Like, what's your goal?
Uh, I mean, I got a couple of goals. When I was doing the Hours of Chaos podcast one time, somebody in the comments said one of my songs helped them through a really fucked up time in their life. And so my goal is, if I can create something that can help somebody else through a tough time, or
Yeah,
somebody else can relate to it to a point where it fucking it touches them in some way, then I have an obligation now to do that to the best of my ability. So
right.
if I could do anything, it's just leave a legacy of like being able to put something out there that'll fucking touch somebody in a positive way.
Yeah, I love that, man, because like so many people battle mental health, like we were speaking on, bro, and it's a serious fucking thing, man. And people don't understand like music is like a movie, you know what I mean? Like we literally are in a fucking movie doing this shit, and it's a nonstop upper, just kind of we're always trying to one up each time we drop a song or so forth. I know you probably feel the same way with that. Kind of going on with your album that you're going to be releasing, you want to kind of dive in a little bit more on that?
Yeah, so my new album, Goat Eater, that was released on the 28th of February.
Okay.
Um, it's definitely a compilation of what I feel is my best work as an artist. It shows off a little bit of my versatility, but mainly just showing off my strengths and how far I've come as an artist. I have some major heavy hitting artists featured on that album, and it I I don't know, man. It was kind of just also a fuck you to some people
Yeah.
that that say they're like, I hate when people say that they're the goats.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
So
I
I
agree.
know what, the chupacabra, that's the goat eater from Puerto Rico. So it's a little paying homage to my
Yeah.
background as well. I'm Boricua. My family's all Puerto Rican from New York and Puerto Rico.
That's what's
So
up.
I was like, you know what? Y'all want to be goats? I'll be the goat eater.
That's
Yeah.
sick.
Yeah. That's cool that culture plays a factor too, man. It's crazy how like getting to know an artist, bro, just like behind the music. I mean, it's like bigger than the music, and people don't understand that, bro. It's like kind of it feels like sometimes these fans, they turn into haters, like just like that, like flip a switch and then they switch right back. You know what I mean? So to call us a goat or some shit like that, it's kind of like, you know what I mean? It's a nice like pat on the back, but also they could go and change their perspective on you. So like you said, bro, like, you know what I mean? There's goats and all this, you know what I mean, in this fucking music industry. So kind of really just like you said, leaving a legacy is important to you, and it's playing a factor as well, man. Going off your music videos, man, you guys got. He sent me one of them. I don't remember the name of the song, but I was just like, fuck. And then I went and checked another one out, and I was like, shit.
Was it
And I'm
Game
like,
Time?
damn. Yeah,
Game
well,
Time?
Game Time was one of
Yeah.
them. Game Time was
Okay.
one of them. I love that one just because you guys like, god damn, you guys like. I like how you guys were like bringing your verses in and then kind of like just feeding off one another, and then it seemed like the energy just kept getting bigger and bigger. Like, I don't know, you guys definitely like as a trio or whatever, as a group or just having a feature with you. I see that you kind of like you build off one another, and it plays a factor, bro.
Hey,
Really in your
I'm
music.
gonna say this. When I send you a song to jump on, I know I have to be on my A game like 100%. If that makes any sense. Like, I know once I send you a song to jump on, bro, I mean, you're like, all of you guys, all of Biofreak, like every single one of you guys are so fucking dope. So I'm like, yeah, I gotta step up on this one.
And man, we all as a collective push each other to be better. Like I'll be in the studio with my boys, and if I write something that's subpar, they will tell me like, "Nah, bro, go back, rewrite that shit. You can do better. You can do
Yeah.
better." If we're recording, and if I'm recording and one of my boys is working the computer, then they'll stop the track in the middle of me recording and be like, "Nah, bro, that was sloppy. You can do better."
Yeah.
And sometimes it'll take 2 hours to record a single verse, but it's holding yourself up to a certain standard, and like
Yeah.
we do this for a living. I quit my 9 to 5. I quit
Oh,
my day job because I want this music shit to pop. So I'm in
oh,
the studio 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, mixing tracks for other artists and doing features and doing
oh,
songs with other people and just doing management, being like calling people back and forth, being like, "Hey, crazy white boy, I need you to jump on this track with this other person from the label. I'm sending you the beat right now. Have it to me in a week." Like
yeah.
that's what I do 5 days a week, if not 6 or 7.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Because I mean, a lot of artists obviously, I always preach that it's good to have a backup plan as well because this music thing is a fucking like up and down. I swear, one minute you're reaching your goal, the next minute it's taken away from you. So, kind of like as far as what you're saying, I mean. Is it working out good for you? I mean, as far as you not, just focusing 100% on the music. I mean, what do you have to tell the people kind of on that? Like, I mean, what's your thought process on that?
I mean, I'll tell you, it's hard. I got 2 kids and a fiance. We're getting married in a few months, so I'm gonna just call her my wife.
Yeah,
She's one of my
Congrats.
supporters,
yeah, congrats, bro.
and my kids they love like my oldest. He beatboxes like no other. He's constantly asking
Uh,
like, "Hey, Dad, when are we gonna make a song together?" And so
That's
kids are big supporters and all that. So they know sometimes it sucks that I have to go work and
dope.
uh
yeah,
but luckily my wife, she where I fall short sometimes, she picks up the slack,
yeah,
and she's definitely a shining grace for me. But um I do whatever I can. If I need extra cash, then I'll go with my boy Blinky from Demented. He runs a handyman service, so I'll be like,
yeah,
"Yo, got any extra work for me?" Um,
yeah,
If you guys know of the artist Joker with two R's, um,
No.
well, I work with him building studios for people. Uh,
Yeah.
he has jobs. I do piercings at tattoo shops on the side. Like it's all
Yeah.
side hustles. So I do. I pimp out myself for features, mixing and mastering, doing guitar work for people, tracking,
Uh,
supporting other artists, doing digital design, throwing
yeah.
shows. Um, and then we're about to start up our own t-shirt printing business under BioFreak. So we'll be a one-stop shop, and my goal is to one day be 100% self-sufficient just on the music and just on
Yeah.
bio.
Well, it's good because you're giving it all, bro. Like you literally just named enough shit, bro, that most people aren't fucking doing. Most people be like, "Oh no, I'm just mixing." You know, like you're doing the collabs. You're also giving artists an opportunity to enter your collective. You're giving people chances, like Big Ant. You know, I look up to that, bro, because you know, music's a lonely place, bro, especially when you first start, and kind of just a lot of artists don't understand that. You know, I always try to preach to them. You know, when they ask me, like, where should I go for this? What should I do? Like sometimes I'll help you, you know, if I see that you're, you know what I mean, in need and, you know, you need a helping hand or something, even if it's just verbal, like I can see that you have a lot of good in you, bro. Like I know I don't know you as good as Big Ant, but just fuck man, 30 minutes in already, bro. I feel like I can see a lot of good in you, bro. And you're bigger than a lot of what these artists stand behind because a lot of these artists don't stand behind shit. And I know you know that and we all three know that. So it's good to see that you have a mindset and that you're also, you know, motivated. You're, you know, you got a lot of inspiration behind you, and you know what you want. Big Ant, you want to go on with the next question, brother?
But we only have about 5 minutes left.
Oh shit, we do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, what I'll say is yeah, kind of give us what your plans are for 2025, bro. If you got some plans even for the beginning of 2026 or whatever, lay it out on us. You got about 3 minutes to lay it out, bro.
I mean, 2025, it's our year. We've already smashed the stage multiple times, like half a dozen times already. I got another show next Friday, or actually this Friday. Then at the end of the month, I'm going to Las Vegas for Metapelli's tax return tour. I'll be back on the very next day to promote and be the promoter for the SoCal date of that tour. Then I'm doing Underground United with GRE in April. Then we're doing the Phoenix Hip Hop Festival. I'm flying out to Nebraska to do a couple of shows with in Nebraska and Iowa with my boy fucking Bloody Ruckus and Chuckles.
Uh,
We got
Damn.
shit. I got an EP with Chuckles coming. I got a Demented album coming. I got a
uh,
bio compilation album coming. Features up the wazoo coming. Man,
uh,
5 is my fucking year. I'm making this shit my bitch.
Hell
And
uh,
yeah.
all right,
what's
bio
up?
gang, baby.
Hey man, you know what's crazy is I'm from Omaha, Nebraska, bro. I was born and raised there. So yeah,
I will
I'm in
be
Utah now. I'm in Utah now though. But
yeah, I will be in Omaha on the 20th.
oh shit. Fuck, man, that's crazy, bro. I wish I was still living in Nebraska, man. Like I'm near Salt Lake City. I don't know if you heard of that in Utah, but that's
Yeah, yeah.
fucking
My
cool.
boy Third Eye Music is out there in Salt Lake. If you
Oh
don't know
shit.
Third Eye, then hit that boy up. That's my dog.
Oh
And
yeah.
he's been trying to get me up to Salt Lake for a minute now.
Oh shit, man. You ever? Hey, I just followed you on IG. Definitely follow me back, bro. Send me a link in, bro. I'd love to connect with him, man. That's fucking. No, man. It seems like you got a lot of big things coming, man. And really, man, me and Big Ant can't thank you enough, man, for jumping on our platform, man. I know I always tell artists, man, it's bigger than music. You know, if you can get a little PR or just a little press or like an interview, it changes the game for you, bro. And it also is a big part of your legacy, man. So.
And I told people I'm trying to do as many podcasts and as many interviews as possible.
Yeah.
This is my 4th in a week period, and I got another one booked for next weekend.
Look
Hell
at you
yeah, man.
fucking go.
Keep
Hell
pushing.
yeah.
That's
Yeah, that's
dope.
what's up, man. Well, hey, man, the time's gonna kick us off any second, man. But hey, Freak Show, really, man, it was an honor, bro. And Big Ant, thank you for introducing me to him, man. Because
No
this
problem.
was this was this was something special, man.
And
Freak
I
Show, thank
appreciate
you
you, man.
again. Yeah.
Thank you guys for having me. I'm ready to be on here whenever you guys ask. I got a
Yeah.
bunch of artists that are hungry, so
Yeah.
Okay. Hell yeah.
I hope
Yeah.
you wait to see what's coming.
We're
We
gonna
want to
have
get
to
a.
do it again
Yeah.
because 30 minutes ain't long enough. Man, I feel like we
Yeah.
can go on and on, bro.
Yeah, well, and another thing too is we got a little cipher thing going. So we got a dark vibe cipher coming, and I know you do some dark shit like both of us. And then also we got. I want to do one for the Juggalos because I swear to God we fucking have had like
The
three
last
Juggalos
few
now. This is the
ones,
third one.
yeah.
Yeah, and like I'd love, man. It's just, you guys don't even have to be in the same room. We'll figure it out. We'll sit down and talk or so forth over DM, and we'll make it happen, bro. But
Hey, bro, you guys
yeah.
want that cipher? I'm gonna do that pro bono for you guys.
All right.
Appreciate
Hell
that,
yeah,
man.
bro. Hell yeah. Hey, Freak Show, man. We appreciate you, man. And hey, yo, we're out, yo.
Peace.